that is a good news for these companies.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Sonal. Well, let's focus on Vedanta. Well, the shareholders have approved shifting its cash from general reserves to retained earnings. Remember, the general reserves, as per the last reported number, was around 12,500 crores odd. The company's view earlier was that, the amount that was in general reserve was in excess of what the company anticipated with regard to the operational or business needs as well. So that's why they had proposed to shift this money from general reserve to retained earnings. You'll say, why do they do this? Well, first off, it's a book entry, just moving it from one header to the other. The key reason is it gives flexibility to use these reserves. Once it moves to retained earnings, then you can use it for paying out dividend. Remember, Vedanta has a net debt of close to 27,000 crores odd. But with this movement, well, now they are eligible to pay out dividend. And keep in mind, in September 2022, Vedanta Resources, they had come out with a note and they said that they'll be prepaying close to $900 million worth of bonds. So that's why the street said they'll have to do it via some move on this front, and that's precisely what's happened. So the street will hope for higher dividend, expect the stock to open up in the green. But Mangalam joining in to tell us about Adani Wilmar. Morning, Mangalam.
Good morning. So it's come up with its second quarter update as far as Adani Wilmar is concerned, and it does not look too good. In fact, the company says macro challenges continue to impact their business. Overall revenue for the business this time around is expected to grow in low single digit, and that's because of edible oil business, which while it witnessed higher volume growth on account of low prices, remember the prices of palm and soya bean have fallen anywhere between 40 to 50% and the company understandably has passed all of this to the consumers to maintain its market share, as a result of which the margins will be impacted this quarter as well. That's the mainstay of the company. But the growing businesses of the company, which is the food and FMCG business, that grew about 40% and they believe that this will only increase in its contribution. They have higher margins there as well. And industry essentials as well, a relatively more stable part of their business, grew by about 20% as well. But the largest part of their business is impacted by the big cuts that we've seen in oil prices, and as a result of which revenues would be muted.
All right, Mangalam, thanks very much for that. More stocks with news flow. Vivek has got that list. He's joining in. Vivek, hi, good morning.
Well, good morning. The one stock that we are tracking today is Sterling and Wilson. Now, when you're talking about this particular company, came out with its Q2 results. It's been a subdued quarter as far as LW Solar is concerned, on the back of the fact that ordering and tendering activity in the last couple of quarters has been quite muted. So when you're looking at the headline numbers, it seems quite a big dip, especially revenues are down almost 80% on a year-on-year basis. Revenues coming in at around 313 crore. The loss on the bottom line has come in as close to 300 crore versus a loss of 284 crore last time. Operationally too, the company is in the red. But one thing that may provide a little bit of support as far as this particular company is concerned is that they have said and confirmed that the NTPC order that was worth a little over 2,200 crore, the company has said that it has received this particular award confirmation, and this is for the building of a solar EPC contract as far as the Ran of Kutch, Gujarat is concerned.
Okay, all right, Vivek, thanks a lot for that. Well, just adding on to news for the aluminium stocks, we already highlighted about Vedanta, that's a company-specific issue. But for aluminium prices, that's LME prices, were up between 5 to around 7% overnight. That's after Reuters report suggested that the US is considering ban on Russian aluminium in response to the conflict with Ukraine. Now, remember, the big contributor out there is Rusal. They are the largest aluminium producer outside China. Rough number is they contribute close to 4 million tons out of the around 65 to 70 million tons odd. So close to 5 to around 6% of global supply comes in from Rusal. Since that is the case, we have seen a spike out there. So in the near term, it could keep aluminium prices elevated. Remember, this happened in 2018 as well, but those sanctions were lifted in 2019. So for the time being, you expect aluminium prices to remain higher, which will support NALCO. You have Vedanta and Hindalco, the India part of their business, not Novelis, but the India part of their business could get some support because it's directly linked to LME aluminium prices. Expect those stocks to do pretty well. Well, let's run you through the list of all the stocks that we just highlighted for you. Positive news flow, well, they include stocks like HCL Tech, IOC, BPCL, HPCL, NALCO, Vedanta and Hindalco. While with stocks with negative news flow, well, they include Wipro, Adani Wilmar and Sterling and Wilson.
Let's take stock of all the action